Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to our 30-day shadowing series. Today is day 20, and before we begin, I want to share something with you. Over the last couple of days, we tried a slightly different format where you were speaking along with me instead of repeating after me. And while many of you enjoyed the challenge, a lot of learners told me that they feel more comfortable with the original repeat after me approach. And honestly, that makes perfect sense. Fluency is a journey, so everyone learns at a different pace. So today we're going back to our original shadowing format. I'll say a sentence first and then you'll repeat after me. This way you can focus on your pronunciation, rhythm, confidence without feeling rushed. And don't worry, we'll keep challenging ourselves gradually as we move forward. Now today's topic is something many of us struggle with, the power of saying no. Have you ever agreed to something when you actually wanted to say no? Or maybe you didn't want to disappoint someone. Maybe you felt guilty. Or maybe you simply didn't know how to refuse politely. Well, today's story is all about that. We've also included a few useful expressions for you, so you'll find their meanings and example sentences in the description box. But for now, just listen carefully and repeat after me. All right, let's begin. For a long time, I found it difficult to say no. I wanted everyone to be happy. I didn't want to disappoint people. So I kept saying yes, even when I was tired, even when I was busy, even when I didn't want to do something. I still said yes. At first, it felt like the right thing to do. People appreciated my help. They know they could count on me. And honestly, that felt good. But slowly, things started changing. I became overwhelmed. I had too many responsibilities. My schedule became crowded. I barely had time for myself. Sometimes I felt exhausted, but I kept saying yes anyway. I thought saying no would sound rude. I thought people would get upset. I worried too much about what others would think. Then one day, I realized something important. Every time I said yes to everyone else, I was saying no to myself. That thought stayed with me. It made me think differently. I started paying attention to my own needs. I started setting boundaries. At first, it felt uncomfortable. I wasn't used to it. I felt guilty. But I kept practicing. One day, someone asked me for a favor. And honestly, I didn't have the time. Normally, I would have agreed immediately. But this time, I paused and politely said no. To my surprise, the world didn't end. Nobody got angry. Nobody stopped talking to me. Everything was fine. That experience taught me something valuable. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. Saying no doesn't make you rude. Sometimes saying no is necessary. It protects your time. It protects your energy. And it protects your peace of mind. Of course, helping people is important. Being kind is important. Being supportive is important. But you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you are constantly exhausted, you won't be able to help anyone effectively. That's why balance matters. Some requests deserve a yes, and some deserve a no. Learning the difference is important. Now, I still help people whenever I can, but I don't feel guilty for saying no anymore. I understand my limits better. I've learned that respecting your own time is not selfish, it's healthy, it's necessary, and it's something many of us need to practice. So, if you're someone who struggles to say no, start small. Be polite, be respectful, but don't be afraid to stand your ground because your time and energy matter too. Okay, that's wonderful. And honestly, I think this is a lesson that many of us need to hear from time to time. Now, don't just practice once and move on. Come back tomorrow, practice again. You'll notice how naturally these expressions become part of your vocabulary. And yes, don't forget to check the description box for meanings and examples. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you're enjoying this series, make sure you stay with me till day 30. Comment day 20, done. Happy practicing, and I'll see you tomorrow.